are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of promise from them. The welcome and life without again.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Les paris sous avec yo, I can't ask it if you been yo. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma yamo. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo. Audit.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Somalia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Somalia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, ena Tiki, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bronx down to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of promise from them. The welcome and life without again.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Les paris sous avec yo, I can't ask it if you been yo. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma yamo. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo. Audit.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Somalia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Somalia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, ena Tiki, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monster Rider, San to Bakulu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing that time and our efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us here and the parents from there. So welcome my life with African.
A lyrical healthy.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you, I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, the more I know. And you love me, the more I know what is
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lofa, and Grandmaster.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagi ya rina ya tumale, esta tiki, ena napagi ya rina, tosi wako ma ya tumale.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lopa, and Grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? The flesh, that time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. The world with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monster Rider, San to Bakulu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing that time and our efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us here and the parents from there. So welcome my life with African.
A lyrical healthy.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you, I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, the more I know. And you love me, the more I know what is
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lofa, and Grandmaster.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagi ya rina ya tumale, esta tiki, ena napagi ya rina, tosi wako ma ya tumale.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lopa, and Grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The session that time and our efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and our efforts are rare. The brothers giving us here and the promise from them. To work with my life without fear.
A lyrical healthy.
Master.
Clear body, so make you. I can't ask you to be benyo. Say my journey, Tina can I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. And I know. And you love
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lofa, and Grandbata.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. So she walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lopa, and Grandbata.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The session that time and our efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV.
Wow. SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in the whole wide world. Mabon, is there a way that you can if you can be on to the conversation can be interactive without me being hearing myself? Is that possible?
Yeah. So how's the feedback like now?
For you,
Check it out. Let me see.
Yeah. Okay. This is exactly what I want.
All right. So
I
yes.
don't want like you to be restricted that you can't talk until you meet yourself, or we can talk.
No. Sometimes the reason there too. Sometimes other things can be done behind the same. So I now want to just maybe call some also. This is why sometimes I mute myself when I'm not talking. But
No.
anyway,
Not about when you're not talking, but sometimes some important thing you want to come in and we want to be, interacting, then you can't do it until you got to be muted and stuff like that.
oh, okay.
So I don't like it.
But
I want
anyway,
you to
thank
be,
God.
a part of the.
You look energetic and serious. What going on?
I'm so excited,
Okay.
for the fact that, you wake up every morning, you see yourself alive. You're breathing like everybody else. You should be thankful to the Almighty, your Creator, because tomorrow is not promised, and you have other people not only that, they are alive, but they wish to be like you and myself right now. They laying in the hospital. They can't even eat properly. They got all the money, but they can't eat.
Mm-hmm.
and they can see outside, but they can't walk. They can't even walk to go outside. So if daybreak you see yourself alive and you're looking healthy, you should be thankful to the Almighty. We are all sick. Only God can heal us, and we always pray for His healing. But yes, I'm excited. I'm here, happy, and I hope everybody is doing well. So we have a very loaded topics today. We have a lot of things going on, but we are asking whether there will be whether we should expect more investigation and arrest in the coming days, weeks, and months, owing to the fact that we are privileged to some information as to what is actually going on behind the scene and the potential fallout. But yes, before we do that, let's start to recognize some of our friends, followers, and well wishers. At least those of you who have said something here. Jimmy Davis, Jimmy Dennis, welcome to SKTV. Elizabeth Bowen, welcome. Yves Seifers, Randolph Perry, welcome to SKTV. Bruno Bruce Ware, welcome to SKTV. James Davis, E.O. White, my friend and brother, how you doing, sir? Welcome to SKTV. Helena Glicket, welcome to SKTV. Bill Goldfavor, Gay, welcome to SKTV. Fumature, welcome to SKTV. Antoinette Gallo, welcome to SKTV. Ali Masale, my brother from all the way Maryland, welcome to SKTV. Edwin Crow, what's up, brother? Nutu Brent, welcome to SKTV. The veteran, Mervyn the Shoe, my brother. I know I owe you some call back. Oh, my Oma here. My Oma still present. My Oma has been a minute.
With that. Oh, okay, yeah.
My Oma,
We gotta talk. Oh, we gotta talk.
yeah, it's been a minute. Wherever
Yeah,
the Oma there now,
yeah,
because Oma can you
yeah. MSH, we gotta talk.
especially the Oma, one of the brain behind SKTV. She just got missing in
Mhm.
action. That
Mhm.
one, maybe I will let you to actually somehow in the committee room.
Seriously, because Kema said we have some unfinished business, even though the 26th or the season was maybe interrupting some of our activities. Or she got to call me after the show. So
So
MSH.
yeah,
In fact,
so
she might deacon or if fact she might deaconess. Let me say yes, indeed. Good evening, I'm my deaconess.
yeah, so want to encourage everybody to share the show. It's very, very important that we share the show. Like Steve will say, sometimes the show will be noisy. Sometimes the show got noisy because of people not wanting to hear the facts. People don't want to be associated with the truth. Once they hear it, some of them are allergic to it. They go amok. Some of them got unease. But it is what it is. We are who we are. We will continue to do what we do best. Is speaking truth to power and paying attention to detail and giving our people the needed information so that they can make an informed decision on everything that got to do with Liberia. So, Mabel, before we jump into anything, oh, Mabel, the Omar say if you try to bust
Okay,
our
I
secret,
bust out your secret. Secret. Oh, hey, no matter me, no matter you. What
if
out
she
of it?
bust, no, if she bust the secret, that one that more times will take her to the committee room.
Seriously, no, that one. And in fact, you will stay long in the committee room because the committee room, if you come out, that means you really gotta work hard. So
It's-
all of the secret that you have, I think just keep it there. Later, we're gonna discuss that in the committee room.
yeah, so Mabel, you know, for the past week since Friday up to now, the last time we tried to um, raise fund to for the platform that we normally do, and things didn't work. But now we have some emergency bill to pay,
Okay.
$280. So we got to reach that one today, $280. Everybody get $1, we can get that one. We get whoever get $10, we can get that one. Unless people
Mhm.
refuse to actually support. But we got to get that right now. That's about the platform. That one, you're not going to people in Africa, you're not going to me, you're not going to anybody. We got to pay to bill for this platform. That is $280. The includes some of our software and internet and other stuff that we had to pay. So that one today we will raise that one before we leave from here. But the most important thing is the information that you need to know. Let's bring Muna on here. Muna is here. We expect Lawrence to be here. We expect Brazilian Monk and Steve to be here as well. However, we are here. We will get into business right away. I want to say thank you to all of you watching and listening to us. Whether you are listening on the radio, whether it's Truth FM covering the entire country, we say welcome. If you are watching and listening to us on Top FM in Zredu, we want to say welcome also. If you are on Instagram, on YouTube, or you are on X, formerly known as Twitter, we want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. We have a lot going on in our country. It is crazy. When I say crazy, it's going really, really crazy. But whatever the case is, we want to say thank you to all of you for following. We want to encourage you. Okay, the first person has sent $20 for that. So we have $260 more to go. The first person sent $20. Thank you.
Wonderful. Good way to go. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's $280, but even $1 million, if you minus $1, it's not going to be $1 million anymore. So thank you to the person that sent the $20. We really, really appreciate that. $280, we got to raise that one instantaneously. If you guys really serious for SKTV, you are true supporter of SKTV, that shouldn't be a big deal for us. But yeah, again, maybe before we dive into anything here, how are you doing? How is Liberia, and what are some of the trending news in the country before we dig deeper? Because today we have a lot of information. In fact, you're gonna be sharing the show. You're not sharing the show. We're not even continue.
Yeah, that's the point there where our company just share this show
with you
because it's getting juicy day by day.
Yeah,
man.
So maybe what's going on? How you doing? That's the most important thing. How you doing? How's the family? And how is SKTV baby? How she's doing? And how's everybody doing? At Truth FM.
Well, so again, I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity again, and let me say thanks to the management, headed by our own dynamic CEO, Laike Berete. He's here, and also the head of radio and programs, Oni Osuma Rabas. Also want to say good evening and many thanks to all of you for the opportunity given me to always be here on the SKTV show to be part of the great family. So again, Sekou, like you said, there are so many things happening here in Liberia when it comes to politics or the way forward of our country. So many things are ongoing, and some will say they are all bucket, and we don't even know which one to even target, which one to even talk about. So again, on yesterday, 3 government officials were arrested on yesterday and detained at the Monrovia City Court of some will say the Monrovia Central Prison through the city court order that in fact these government officials should be arrested, or the living body should be turned over to the city court for questioning, or they should come and explain to the court about the audit report that was sent out by the GAC. So on yesterday, those 3 government officials, including Mr. Twain Kamo and one other person also. So there were 3. So they spent their first night in prison, and they are met with actions to that other call in witch hunt, while other Liberians hail the government for job well done, for accountability, for the rule of law, and so on. So indeed, but again, waking up this morning, as people, we wake up with a lot of trending news, a lot of stories, a lot of things happening with the news this morning between the police IG, Colonel Gregory Comer, and that the Assistant Minister for Internal Affairs, someone say Urban, Minister Mark Jabate, this morning at the premises of Prime FM, where we understood that Mark Jabate was arrested by the Liberia National Police because of his statement against the police IG. Well, the information that we got up said that he was arrested based on his statement that the police IG maybe something of water he uses. I don't want to say that also, so maybe I can be held in contempt. Yeah, so because of that, the police IG arrested him and linked that to the statement that were made or against Honorable Yeke Koruba, according to what we got out. And Honorable Yeke Koruba, they responded and said, no, I'm not aware of that. In fact, I sent my complaint in up to date. There is no reply, so I'm not aware of that. So you people should release Mark Jabate. And after a few hours, we witnessed the release of the Assistant Minister, Honorable Mark Jabate. So again, apart from that, while moving on, later on again, there are this trending news coming up about the Central Bank of Liberia governor being suspended by the president, or the government of Liberia headed by President Joseph Yeman Boakai. So Honorable Telu has been suspended by the president. He said, according to the information minister, he said that the GSC report, because of that, the president suspended the Central Bank of Liberia governor, Honorable Talu. And after that again, after a few hours, we saw a communication coming from the former president of the Republic of Liberia, George Manawia, sending out communication that on tomorrow he's going to be speaking to the press, based on some of the prevailing situations, things that are happening in Liberia. So he's going to be addressing the press on tomorrow by 11 o'clock. But quickly, let me just move into some of the news because it's just so bulky, and we got to take our own time so that our people can know exactly what's going on in Liberia. So apart from that, also Senator Amma also talk about the beer money company, or the company that in between Bomi and that of Bapolo County, that based on their mistreatment of the Liberian people, so the company has been stopped. And after that, the LBS director, Eugene Eugene Fakon also come up and said, Senator Senator Amma Connor, please read Article 21 DI and 1 and 2. The court does not operate based on night or day. You said reportedly in your read up, and 2029 is far. So Senator Amma Connor also they responded to the LBS boss. But this evening, quickly before we move on, the former president of Liberia also were here on the LBS the evening, Mana Salif. She was widely listened to, but because of our short time, so we couldn't follow all of our talking points and what she was really talking about. So this evening, there are so many of these information that have been coming up. And quickly, we are also getting a report that one of the transport ministry employee risks her life to protest multiple demotions by Minister Salif. According to the employee or the lady, she said that she been demoted on multiple occasions. So because of that, she couldn't stay. Maybe the shame and all of the embarrassment. So she protested on a car, or she went on a car by the way of protesting. So I think, according to what I'm getting, police have already gone there and they're going to take off from on the car. But quickly in sports, the Liberian Lone Star coach Mario Maninka is demanding his 2 months salary from the government of Liberia. The coach has had the country on good form since joining the team and has not been paid for 2 months, June and July, according to the information coming from our end, or especially when it comes to sports. So these are news that we're getting, and these are already happening back home. Sekou, Regina Monk, and our colleague and our follower, these are some of the things that are going on in Liberia. So indeed, the news, they are all buckets, and we don't know which one to even go to, but there are just so many. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Melbourne, and thank you to our followers, well wishers. Please share the show. I want to take this time to welcome Muna Lagrade, and then want to also welcome our colleague, Brazilian Monk, and also Lawrence. But Lawrence just got off for some technical reason. I believe he will be right back. So, Muna, welcome. How you doing? If you're available, if not.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
All right. What happened today? Why are we not on camera today? Or are you gonna come back later
Yeah,
on?
today I'm being seen due to some technical problems.
All
Not
right,
working.
no
Yeah,
problem.
sure.
As long as you're working and you are ready to do
Yeah.
things, then we should be fine. So, Brazilian man, what's going on?
You know, with a female version of the show, Mona just took the platform to a whole new level. I mean, when you get a bunch of guys just talking for almost 3 hours every day, and then all of a sudden you just got a female, it changed your whole narrative, it changed your whole tone. And I would say thanks to Mona again for being part of this platform. But I'm okay, I'm doing great. Just following events locally, from the domestic standpoint, internationally, a lot of things going on as well. But the news in Liberia, Liberia is a gift that keeps giving. It never ends. Every day is like you got like some bumper assembly line that keep manufacturing stories every day. You never shut the stories in Liberia. I don't think we can even cover all the story that surfaced in the last 24 hours. So, but I'm doing fine. Once again, thanks to the audience for tuning in. I think you guys on special fundraiser going today.
Yeah, I wasn't waiting. I was looking for you over the place. In West.
Yeah, we can handle business on this side.
The money to show face. So
Yeah. We need an internet on. We need all the license agreement and all the subscription services. So you know.
Yeah, and that's like 100 and 200. You remember we did this a few months ago. We did it. Sometimes we can do the thing there behind the scene. Nobody know about when we get giant e-paper.
Yeah,
right?
The audience gotta know.
If we can't handle it, you gotta come in. So we have we have one person. Let me see here, and then two. Okay, yeah, we have a couple of people already donated $20. So that's like 2 people. So instead of 280, we need 240 now. You know, so yeah. So, but Lawrence, how you doing, my man? Before we jump into this very, very important conversation, how you doing?
I'm okay, Mr. Kane. It's good to be on the show this evening.
All right. What are some of the trending issues in Bon Mines and also in Bon County as a whole?
Well, Mr. Kane, some supporters of the Unity Party government are jubilating. They are jubilating. According to them, the president is proceeding in a rougher way. People who eat government money should be brought to book, especially when the information sparkled this afternoon that the CBL governor have been suspended. The whole street was like, even at my shop, people were there shouting until later we got our information that tomorrow the president will be, former President George, will be having press conference at our party headquarters in Congo Town. So some auxiliary group and chairperson, coordinator, district coordinator should be there. So some of the citizens are making their way already. They're supposed to be in a huge number, but what happened is that the party chairman for a former district passed off 2 days ago. So some of them are in meeting and some of them will be at the press conference tomorrow in Monroeville. Actually, some of them are saying they are going to listen to what their political leader will tell them because they're looking at the whole thing as a wish hunt. And why some supporters of the Unity Party are saying the president is taking a rightful turn, no business as usual. So that's the issue in the district right now as we speak, Mr. Kane. So we watch and see people who are being alleged. We hope and pray that the government will have sufficient proof to prosecute them because this is what people are yearning for. Because at the end of the day, we don't want the whole thing to just go away because We've been seeing it in the country, Mr. Kanye, so it's not strange to us. So we hope and pray that at least the government should get some feature proof to prosecute people who have paid money in this country. So we're watching the game. We are the spectators watching to see what happened on the field of play.
All right. Thank you so much. Monk, I don't know whether you have come across something that we were informed about it day before yesterday, but then we have been digging deeper, and it has been confirmed on by Front Page Africa.
Okay.
Regarding the title of the news is Ministry of State spent over 12 million on supplementary payroll outside civil service system.
Yep.
Do you have that article available to you for you to read it so we can?
Okay, let me get it quick. I think I saw something like that this morning. Yes, I skimmed over it, but
yeah, you need to read it. It's very, very interesting.
It's very interesting. Yeah,
we have more detail on it, but just want people will not think that we're just making up our own story.
Our own stories. Yeah. Let me get it real quick.
Yeah.
1 second.
It's not that long. It's very important.
I will get it right now.
So my people, just share the show. You know, before while more is looking.
Ready, so people can just click the share button, and then when you're ready, just sing that, and I can go. I got it.
Just share the show, my people. Go ahead and read the article.
Yeah, man, the show is Tuesday. Then keep sharing.
This is why I say.
And Monk, let me tell you this.
Yes.
Steve is not here today to put it in the simplest English.
Yeah, so Mama tell you one time, right?
So that to read it.
Yeah, please,
I will try my best to take it.
You try your best to replace Steve today. Yeah, I will slow down.
Local level, but just slow down when you're reading it.
All right. Well, this article came from Front Page Africa by one Selman Lomax. It said the Ministry of State spent over 12 million on supplementary payroll outside the Civil Service Agency, according to the GSC report. It said the General Auditing Commission has completed and submitted a detailed system report of the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs to the National Legislature covering the period March 31st, 2024. The report assesses the financial management under the leadership of Nathaniel Fallow Magee from January 2018 to August of 2021, or Wisa Blamo and Sylvester Grisby from January to the present 2024. The purpose and scope of the review aimed to evaluate whether the ministry's financial management system and processes, along with the legislature decision, laws, policies, and established code. The GSC provided a limited assurance engagement to assure these systems and offer recommendation for improvement, prompting prudent financial management practices within the ministry. So the key findings: the GSC review identify significant issues in various areas, including governance, budget management, financial reporting, personnel management, procurement, inventory, fixed asset, information technology management. These issues were categorized as follows: supplementary payroll management. The GSA found no policy governing the hiring and management of supplementary personnel. The CSAs, the Civil Service Agency, was unaware of supplementary payroll comprising of 739 individuals with an annual salary of 2.6 million, exceeding regular salary by more than 50%. Wow. Can you imagine that? 2.6 million. There was no evidence of budgeting and reporting these salaries, with funds redirected from other budget lines, including consultancy without proper authorization from the Deputy Minister of Budget and the GSA. No approved salary structure existed for these personnel, and there was no documentation of competitive recruitment or performance evaluation. So technically, I get a bunch of ghostly that they were milking on the government payroll. The GSC noted duplicate national identity. You remember the same NID that we talked about one time that the CDC people put out in their release?
We will go to the details.
The GSC noted duplicated national identification number among some personnel, raising concern about identity verification, the cash management, The GSA reported a bank account were opened at the Central Bank of Liberia without the required approval, potentially facilitating unauthorized transaction. 4 undisclosed accounts at the Liberia Bank for Development Investment, LBDI, holding $38,835.95 and Liberian dollar 55,145.72 were found, including the July 26 celebration escrow account with suspicious transaction totaling $879,295 US. So they had extra account just for July 26 celebration that they opened at the Central Bank and extra, right? Then it came on down to the personnel management. Say the ministry lacked complete personnel record, including application letters, employment contracts, qualification, job description, and security or clearances. These deficiencies affect numerous employees. 5 employees beyond the retirement age were still on the payroll without evidence of retirement arrangement. The presidential project management, the GSA identified irregularities in the management of several parks constructed. The parks now, y'all, the one at the PHP and other parks, right? The GSC identified irregularities in the management of several parks constructed by the Presidential Special Department section. There was no policy or procedure for managing those parks. The parks were outsourced to Green Park Management Incorporated, GPM Incorporated, by the Moreover City Corporation without a competitive bidding process or evidence of expertise in park management. The agreement lacked provisions for free regulations, capital recovery, revenue sharing, potentially affecting the financial sustainability of the park. Meanwhile, the GSC concluded that the Ministry's financial management system did not comply with key regulations, including the Revenue Code of Liberia out of 2011, Public Financial Management out of 2009, amended in 2019, Public Procurement Concession of 2005, amended in 2010, and the Civil Service Standing Order and the Decent Work Act. So technically, they have violated more than 5 different codes when it comes to accountability and laws that were put in place by the Liberian government. That's the end of the article from Selma Lomax.
Thank you so much, Monk. My Liberian people, I hope you are listening. I am now going to actually substitute Steve 100% because I want other people who are non-Liberian to actually get a clue as to what we're talking about here. And SKTV is fully aware of the fact that we have a lot of followers. We have people from the federal government, we have people from other, institutions, organizations that follow SKTV. And we have enough, information to prove that. So when we hear even some of the posting that I've been doing lately on my personal page, I've been contacted by some key individuals that I didn't even know that they were even following me. So when we come here to disseminate information, we want to make sure we do our best so that everybody can have a takeaway from the information we provide here. So this information that we just read here from Page Africa, three days ago, SKTV was informed about some things going on in Joseph Boakai's ministry. When they say Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, that is the ministry under the president, wherein Sylvester Grisby is the minister proper there, wherein Mamaka Belete then work, and all the advisors and other people then work for the president. Now, the information is that ministry, they spent over 12 million United States dollars. The one they spend properly, that one is not a part of it. But the money they spend outside of the payroll that is accounted for is more than 12 million. We are having some issue with some of our colleagues. Okay, I think that was Lawrence. He's back. So that means more than 12 million were spent over the past 6 years, going into 7 years. The irony is, this started when Joey Aden took over, while McGill was the Minister of State. McGill, from the time McGill served, all the way, let's say from January, all the way to August 2021, before Wisha Blamo took over. And Wisha Blamo took over August 2021 to January 2024. Then Sylvester Grisby, Joseph Boakai Uno, Minister of State now, took over January up to present. But in their report here, a cover from that time, 2018, what McGill were there up to March of this year. And the report is saying, whether George Weah, Joseph Boakai, none of them got anything going on that is called accountability and transparency. They got more than 700 people then listed without going through the proper recruitment. They need you there and taking money every month. Also, they got 3 people that don't want any, they finish own and they want to retire long time ago. But they stay there. They're not retired. Nobody even know who they are. So if 3 government officials were arrested yesterday, also the former finance minister was also asked to report or to be arrested. And that was based on the same report. The question we are asking you now is Nathaniel Falumage going to be arrested or questioned or called for questioning? What about Blamo? What about Sylvester Grisby? Are they going to be called for questioning as well? You see, sometimes we can dance, we can party, we can be celebrating for things that we don't even know. If Joseph Boakai is serious, by tomorrow morning or by this morning, we should have actually seen those 3 names also be invited or arrested, just as the 2 were arrested yesterday. It is called transparency, it's called accountability. As long as you have reason, law enforcement will call it prima facie or probable cause. Once you get reason to arrest or to launch an investigation, you waste no time. That's why people usually say justice delayed is denied. Maybe some people will run away. So I believe Joseph Boakai government should immediately open an investigation into Nathaniel McGill. Blamo, what kind of Blamo? Let me say his name again because I want to make sure I pronounce his name correctly. Wisha Blamo, Nathaniel McGill, and Sylvester Grisby, they should be called for questioning. Should be investigated up you can say they should be arrested, because a lawmaker cannot be arrested or sue for things that they are doing at their function as a lawmaker. But if you cause problem before being elected, you will definitely, be answerable to those things that you did. So McGill should be arrested, just as they did with the two people yesterday. Usha Blamo should be arrested, as well as Professor Grisby, because if the information is leading to anybody, and you're arresting other people for the same reason, it's unfair for you to arrest other people and investigate everybody. Let everybody have their days in court, and then who is guilty, whoever is found guilty, can bear the consequences of the law, and those that will be acquitted, they should be let go. But if you start with arresting people based on allegation, based on reporting from the GSC, then it's unfair. You do it across the board. So the question to you now, to all of us, are we poised to see more arrest in the coming days, weeks, or months? Or is this going to be another selective justice, or somehow cherry picking as to which case to take on? And again, if the Ministry of State that is headed by the president, because these things that you mentioned here, it also include the expenditure from the presidency. Should the president office also be audited or investigated? Since in fact, both George Weah leadership and Joseph Boakai leadership are now indicted by this report. Two ministers under George Weah, also one minister under Joseph Boakai. This report indicts both government, both presidents, and their ministers. So is it fair to ask for an investigation into both presidents and their able lieutenants? Is that a fair game? That's my question to all of us here on the set. I will go to Muna first. Muna, are you there? If you're there, do you think, based on this report, it's necessary to launch an investigation into President President Weah's office, also President Boakai's office, since they are all being indicted in the report? Muna, if you're there, let me know. If you're not, then I will move to the next person. See, this is why it's good to have to be on camera, so we'll know exactly what it is. But right now, we don't know your situation right now. Okay, let's go to Lawrence. Lawrence, what do you think? Based on this information, do you think it's necessary to have an investigation on?
Yeah, Mr. Kane. Once the report is coming up, information is coming up, I think it'll be better for former President Weah and Joe Boakai, some of the officials whose name have been mentioned, to appear for questioning, because we're talking about accountability and transparency, no business as usual. So I think it would be better for them to go and exonerate themselves Because if it just lead that other people will say they think that which one. Because some people have already started saying it in the various community around. So it will be better the men to appear and clear that on the side of the story. Because when you leave one side now, the whole thing is a kind of with chakla. So let the men to appear.
All right.
Look at him, yeah.
Muna, you can pay fine.
I'm sorry. I'm
But
sorry.
anyway, Muna, what do you? Because you know what we say we in Labrador,
You know?
we always the ladies before gentlemen. Let her go to you first.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you know,
Yeah. So what do you think?
you know, for me, the report is clear. They both government. Once their name mentioned, let them go and face the law. Because if legal this, the way people start saying which one, and thing, we don't want any which one business. Once the report come out, let the government, the CDC, the party, let them go out and explain themselves. Because our brain problems, our own self. You know, that's why sometimes it's very bad when blaming other people for our frustration. It is disheartening. So once, you know, because once it come out like this, let them go and answer to their own problems. But if that is not done, then it's not. We are talking about transparency. We're talking about accountability. We're talking about clean hands. We want straight to be done. We want everything to be in the right path. We are talking about criminals and things. People stealing government money. So for me, let them go and answer to their own problems. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Muna. Don't think they're Cola. What do you think?
So again, let me say indeed thanks to my colleagues sir with them, and that's the best way to go. Because mind you, the former president of Mana Energy said in her talk not too long, she said that corruption undermines national progress. And it started 2006 up where we stay swimming, we stay seeing ourselves into corruption. Some of our leaders are part of. It's shameful that you will serve people and at the end of the day, they arrest you, even whether you commit the crime or not, for the kind of name to be behind you. So I think one of the best things that the president can do, and I can tell people for free that this president, even when he will go back or not, if he build the rule of law, if he makes sure that Liberia will be corruption free, even if it's not 100%, but at least 60 to 70 to 80%, Liberia going to remember him for that. So everything starts on his feet. Look, suspending other people who have been maybe employed by the former government here and there and leaving your own, you know, people going to group themselves, you know, and the country already, no security already. So the best thing to do so that people can be looking at you as someone who is witch-hunting people, or maybe who one side. Look, bring out some of your own that are also part of the corrupt behavior, or maybe who are into all these reports, so that people will know that yes, indeed, I think the president meant business and he's ready for the rule of law and he's ready for Liberia to move forward. But if you start hiding your own, like we can always do, right? This person is a stepchild, like the arbitral were talking, you know. If you had your own because you feel that this person is your child and you want to mistreat or the stepchild because you feel that they are not yours and you're not doing the right thing. So my call to the president is bring out those criminals you have under your arm or that you want to protect. Don't protect them. Bring them out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, John C. Bonkula. And Muna, thank you. And also Lawrence, thank you. Let's go to our chief analyst here.
So quickly, 30 seconds. I'm getting a report that we should continue. There will be no news. Say the show should continue because of all of the packaging we have today.
Yeah.
Job bucket.
And I want to say thank you to the management team, especially the news crew. We want to say thank you for allowing us to flow. So there will be no news bulletin wherein will not be on the radio on Truth FM. So we're going to be here throughout the show. So let's go to our chief analyst here, Brazilian my man.
What's up, Chief?
After reading this, and I want you to put on your analytical cap, your thinking cap. And do you think, just as other people were arrested yesterday or invited, some people already in Sabish?
Yep.
Waiting, so do you think, since in fact others, or this report also indict both government and the ministers under both presidents, do you think they too should be arrested or investigated? And if that is the case, do you think this also could implicate the presidents themselves? Because the Minister of State includes the state or the president's budget, the Ministry of State. So do you think it's necessary for the investigation to go across the board? And if so, do you think the presidents themselves could be potentially implicated?
Yep. In the name of fairness, if I were McGill, I would just turn myself in, saying I'm a sitting lawmaker rather than being arrested, because he know at the end of the day that investigation is coming directly at his feet. And potentially, if it reached to McGill, then Georgia will be next in the crosshair, because there is no way he can go to the Minister of State without involving the president. So Georgia himself, I think they say he's supposed to speak tomorrow. I saw Jefferson Koji giving some threatening statement, threatening remark under the disguise of witch hunt. But you see, Sekou, every time we come on the show, there are certain premises. For me, I like to lay my premise before I add to the layer. I told you we don't have a country. I told you that we don't have a functioning system, that I can be optimistic about the future of Liberia. When you read the executive summary of the GSC report, there are certain conditions that they lay. They talk about the lack of competitive bidding, of the budget spending. They even accuse the government of money laundering. That's the biggest crap. But when you read the executive summary, at some point in time, when you take a step back and start thinking, you don't know which administration they are referring to, because literally everything that happens in our administration is happening right now, despite the fact that the new government been in power for less than 6 months. But you know what? They set a time limit and the scope for the investigation. So even the very article that I just read, Sylvester Grisby will be out of the scope of that investigation, because they list the term. You see, let me go back to the opening statement of the article. It says, when you read it here, it will say, the general auditing completely submitted a detail. It will tell you, say, Nathaniel Fallow McGill from January 2018 to 2021, or Wissa Blamo from August 2021 to January 2024. Sylvester Grisby, January 2024 to present. You see the difference? They put her name last and they gave you the term. So technically, which is unfair, but when we're going by the procedure and the structural method that's put in place to audit them, then Sylvester Grisby will be outside the scope of the
No, let me just maybe your I skipped something right there.
Mm-hmm.
On the opening,
yeah,
when they talk about the General Auditing Commission has completed and submitted a detailed system review of the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, covering the period up to March.
Okay, they have skipped that part. Then that
means he's indicted too.
Yeah, then he's part of it, because they say March, because it said from 2024 to the present. But then if they put March there, then he within, then he fall within. So the question,
whatever that have happened from March to now, that one is not included in the report. But whatever happened January, February up to March 31st,
then he part of it. The first 3 months from inauguration.
Exactly.
So it means 2 months and few days for Sylvester Grisby. Now the question you want to ask yourself, if Joseph Boakai is not going to implicate himself, then why a guy that is serving honor him as the Minister of State will fall into this investigation?
Yeah.
Why only him? Look, the politics is just all over the place. But like I said, Sekou, let me give you a typical example. The people came out and told us that there's more than $188 million. Can you imagine that within a 6-year period, all across the government? And you're looking at the violation of whether it's the public procurement law, whether it's the civil service standing order, whether it's the, I mean, like can you imagine you outsource or park like everything in Liberia, every major development, especially when it comes to infrastructure, whether it's road, the first thing this guy look for is how to get money back. It's all money laundering. You give in a park, you look at Jefferson Koji under the Moriva City Corporation, you outsource a park to a corporation or a company that does not even exist. So the question is, how do we even maintain the park? How are you going to do revenue sharing because you're collecting money at the gate? So it means the same thing we see on the road project, on this concession agreement, is like our government only exists just to steal the Liberian people. That even when they profess to be carrying on development, the same development money come right back into their pocket. It's exactly what's happening. You talk about no competitive bidding was done. But the last time I read an article here that Mo Ali gave his friend water sanitation contract, right? And it just happened in the Bakali administration. But like I said, when you are given power, when you are given a mantle of authority, you can make decisions, you can prosecute people, you're not going to implicate yourself. But at this stage, I've said the same thing yesterday, you cannot differentiate the activities of George Weah that was Joseph Boakai. That's why when people get their own conspiracy. Because if Joseph Boakai is doing the same thing that exactly George Weah did, then it means there should be another charade. You just be a showmanship. It might look like he's trying to prosecute but then he might not let them prosecute. That's what people would believe, or that's what people would think. Because if you are doing exactly the same thing that George Weah did and you want to set the issue of accountability, how do you merge these two? But like I said, it's a moral argument, and Joseph Boakai will always win the political argument because morally it's not right. But politically, people will say he's doing the right thing, even though he's committing the same crimes as compared to the previous administration. So then how do you move? So if I have my game, like I said initially, turn yourself in, and I don't want people coming to take you back forcefully. You don't look good as a sitting lawmaker. You're in the House of Elders anyway. You're a sitting lawmaker. People voted for you. It's not like you were appointed to your position, but unfortunately, in the previous administration, you was Minister of State, and this investigation. Second, these guys still with no remarks. If you got up to 739 individuals on the payroll that make up for exactly 50% of existing payroll, how can you still? So it means they're taking half of everything that went in there for that ministry and going directly to their pocket.
To their pocket.
You got full fake bank account.
So Monk, I was going to go to that part right now. So for people to understand, for undisclosed accounts, at the Liberia Bank for Development and Investment, that's the LBDR, holding $38,835.95, and the Liberian dollar $55,145.72. But then the money that they have there, they also found out that they get some money for July 26 celebrations escrow account.
878,000.
800. That's more than half.
Almost a million. It's just 100 and some more thousand to make it $1 million. It's $1 million. Almost $1 million.
So they put that one there. Escrow account. It means that the one when they use the money, the one when they left over. The leftover or the one they decide,
we created a purpose just for that particular
put one here just in case. Escrow account, for the most part, people the money you put aside. The money you put, for example, when I was managing a company, a trucking company, most of the truck drivers and owner operators that used to work for us, even though we pay them, we have escrow account where in certain percentage coming from their pay on a weekly basis or monthly basis they go to the escrow account just in case if their trucks break down or they need help, extra help for like then they can do a financial. Instead we look into the company's account to take money from them. We look into their escrow account because they already have something there. If they build up that account throughout, if they don't use the money the day they're leaving, that money is their money. That is escrow account. But then the escrow account, we having close to close to $1 million, $800,000 sitting down there. When they're ready, they can take it and use it anytime they want to use it. But then it's also interesting to have these guys eating $2 million a year.
2.6.
2 million, almost like a 3 million a year. 2.6 million a year.
Just on payroll.
Just on payroll, and then for people then who are actually legally employed. He said the GSC found no policy governing the hiring and management of supplementary personnel. That means no people then they will just hire. There's nobody was working there. They just put in need. They say the person working here. They could not find anything. And then they knew of more than 739 people that were getting $2 million, $622,000 a year. So imagine, we are 6 years. You count that one. We are 6 years between the two ministers. And then Sylvester Grisby, first 3 months. You count all that one. That the money they've been, but it will be difficult to investigate just George Weah without investigating Sylvester Grisby, because how will you distinguish what was spent under George Weah government and what was spent under Joseph Boakai government? And to say Joseph Boakai government, it took over, and all the way to March, they didn't fix it. When they came there, they just saw it too as, free money. Taking it for themselves. Now the investigation, the record now revealed that all the government, both government, Joseph Boakai and George Weah, they are all implicated by this report. So the question we're going to be asking the Liberian people, we're going to open the line very, very soon. Do you think both government or all three ministers mentioned in there should be arrested, investigated, and possibly prosecuted based on the report? So Muna, if you're available, we want you to open the line. Let's hear from the Liberian. Because what we're going to do here today, we're going to open the line in Liberia. We'll open the line in the diaspora.
Yeah.
And we still have time to talk. Because why? Sometimes people can give their opinion. The responses we can give when they are not on to listen,
Yeah, seriously, and that's the best suggestion, because we got to do that so that people can also be able to respond.
So before we do that, I just want to update our people. We asked that we're going to raise $280. The first two people that donated are the people that we still have here. I've not seen any other donation, but I will give you, let's listen to our people in Liberia first, and then from there.
Yeah, then we'll get updated.
We'll give because it's very, very important, that we hear from our people and let it hear from us too, from the diaspora. And
Trust, we start taking calls now.
Yes, go ahead.
The line is blinking already.
Yeah, go ahead. Start taking calls.
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Name and calling from where?
I'm gonna show chicken and calling of Tony.
Your name?
I'm gonna show chicken and calling of Tony.
Welcome. Let's hear you from Tony.
I want to thank you for the talk show, and I want to SKTV for listening. But the government structure of Joshua government is different than that of Joseph Boakai government. We're talking about GSC, the only thing report that came out, it illustrated with a particular people. Also, now on now, they started with 2018 up to 2024 before Boakai can say. Someone Segu is analyzing concerning about the operating about indictment whatsoever. Then GSC is not looking at the office. GSC are looking at the bar administration. So when it comes to government structure, the GSC report, the GSC started from what? When it's the perform and the judgment is coming out. Indictment is not wish one thing. Because you need to get to be wish of it. When it's a prophet the survivor is so within the GSC report, you know what? As me stuff. But they shouldn't say that, oh, it's wrong. So we shouldn't be saying nothing when it took up a letter just how we were allowed to be imagined to be arrested. Would be allowed so
I think 1 minute will be okay, Mona, so that more people can call.
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. 0881
maximum 1 minute. 30 seconds a group, but maximum 1 minute.
30 seconds, right? Yeah, 30 seconds.
Yeah, but maximum 1 minute.
Nima calling from where?
Fine.
Yeah, Emmanuel Stanson calling from Toteville.
Welcome, Chief. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on discussion pertaining to the auditing team that our president carried on with love was something very that I want to find out from your panelists. Whether the education that they carry on, either they feel they accused when they get the Senate to court, when they guilty, they're going to pay our Liberia money, they're going to pay the money back, or the job want for Liberia to know that they eating the country money. That's the question I want to know.
Okay. If you pay the money back, right?
All right. We'll respond to
thank
it.
you.
We'll take
All
we'll respond to it.
Yeah, sure. 0881140776 105 105 0881143504 0776 105 105. Good evening.
Yeah, how you do?
I'm okay. Name calling from where?
I'm 131 to begin calling from Chikizu Factory Junction.
Welcome, Wanto. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Let me firstly appreciate you guys for your hard work for educating our Liberian people who are not educated about electing Mr. Boyka the presidency. Thank you. So, you see, we understand that Mr. Boyka came to presidency with hatred and tried to pay back with the Liberian people. The other report that is going on, Mr. Boyka is accusing people of stealing a huge amount of money in President Samuel 2 and others. Is Mr. Boyka going to audit Miata family who stole the Liberian people money in public? Abuse our country if our international, I don't know. Is Mr. Boyka going to audit Amos 12 for stealing the Liberian people money? No. Is Mr. Boyka going to audit Savilla Grace? No. Mr. Boyka will not do that. And Mr. Boyka has the estimate of 2.3 million to win the former president. Are you going to order yourself? No. He was sent as the vice president. So I want for the Liberian people to keep your courage and join me in the struggle 2029 to elect the Excellency Mr. Cummings that will be able to prosecute Mr. Boyka and his corrupt team that will be able to progress with Liberia. Thank you for having me on the line once again.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. Good evening to your fellow.
Good evening. Name calling from where?
My name is Hussein.
Hussein, we just lost you. 0881143504 0776 105 105 1143504 0776 105 105. Let's hear the SKTV show. 0881143504 0776
So when
105.
You can interrupt me when you get called. So let me say
okay.
this.
Okay, go ahead.
So the person who asks whether or not people will pay the money, if they are found guilty, that is a long shot. We are not even close to that one yet.
Well, yeah, I know, right? Get him arrested first and let him face the charges before you start asking for restitution.
That's a long shot. So let's tell the people to be arrested first, investigated. If there's a need for prosecution, then they will be prosecuted. Then it is within the purview of the court or the judge to reprimand them as to whether they will be paying some money. You saw the case of our former Minister of Defense, Brandon Samuka. He was not only actually, both of them, all the people that were involved, they were asked to pay the money back. And some of them served some time, in prison, as I believe. So, but bro, over there, we can't jump the gun. Let's start with, first thing first. Open an investigation, possible prosecution. When they're in court, they are found guilty, and then we can talk about what will happen to them and what they will do.
Yeah.
And then also another thing I've observed, this is just an observation. Citizens often refer to President Boakai as Mr. Boakai. I've noticed it. They do it willfully. It's out of disrespect. We can all disagree. Joseph Boakai is the president. He was elected. You guys used to be angry if John Weah was, referred to as just John Weah without calling him President Weah. You should have a problem with it. Now you are calling Joseph Boakai Mr. Boakai. You can even say JNB. But the Mr. Boakai, you kind of like trying to do that purposely to disregard his title as the president. And he was elected. They flog you guys. And your president even considered before the actual result came. So you just got to respect the man as the president. If the man is involving corruption, we can talk about that one. That does not take away his title until he's impeached or he's out of office. Then that one is a different ballgame. But even after that, we still, call Joe Weah President Weah, right? Because once a president is still president. So let's just put the respect there. Let's just put the title there. Let me not talk of respect because politicians got no respect. Let's just put the title.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just put the title there. And then
the title always be there, yes.
0881-43504-0776-105-105. Let's hear you.
All right. So it looks like the calls are, for whatever the reason is, I believe people are calling. Maybe the calls are not coming through because the line was. I know very well people are calling. So let's see, Lawrence, if you can open the line. Let's see if
someone is there.
Yeah, if someone is calling. Other than that, we're going to open the line in the diaspora. I believe people are calling 100%.
Yeah.
So you want me to open the line on the side?
If you can.
Open and think.
All right, so 077-285-961. That's the number to call for you to be part of the show on the SKTV show right here on Truth FM 96.1. I know some of you be calling in 077-285-961 to this caller. Hello? Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us?
This is Charles B. Howard Jr. to join the conversation from Canasi Supermarket. I will speak on the issue that President Baka want to jail people guys to send people to prison because of corruption. I want to support that, but President Baka need to start from 2005. That is to prosecute all those who are working government honor presidency. Then you jump to George Weah. How will you come only to prosecute those who are engaged in the act of city model for President Weah government?
All right.
Which one? We against those people who are stealing our resources, but you need to start from our former president in 12 years. Who are on the CDC? That is which one? And some brothers should govern this country in a rightful manner, or else we will make this country a better country.
No. We don't want to go that route. To this caller, go after. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, that's Otis caller. Do join from GS Road this evening.
Yeah, go ahead, Otis.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Yeah, I asked the question the other time. I said, bro, what do we really want in the country? What do we want? Every government that comes to power, they will talk about the same corruption that will prosecute these people. We listened to President Weah during his time. He said, no government money going in about the pocket. Was he not talking about corruption? He was talking about corruption. And I say this, that, the Williams regime had, the advantage, to prosecute people who were suspected of, corrupting the country, because the anti-graft institution were already laid out that the government could use to go after people. Now, you play leniency on it. Now, the government account of power, the next account with transparency. And my transparency, I'll make sure that I prosecute. So this thing is not just about, people now that we see they hang.
All right. You slip off the line even though you went up the minute to this call. Hello.
No, we're not hearing that person though. The last person was clear.
Yeah, come in. Yeah, go ahead, you say? Yeah. Go ahead, Chief.
So I would like to express my disappointment in some of the analysts. Now, for me, I don't just like, the issue of effectiveness. Now, we were here to the last regime of former President Weah, are being very corrupt to the extent that it is unbearable to see the corruption. Now, this government came on the matter of accountability. This president to see the system being set up in the interest of the people. Now, if the CDC failed to audit the United Party as they claim the United Party was the most corrupt government that ever had this country. But you have the master of authority, you did not audit, you did not do anything, but now this is the public service, you have to be accountable. People want to criticize some president for which one
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Chief. Let me take more calls. Other people do want to talk. To this caller, good evening. I'm great. Thank God for life. Go ahead, Chief. Your name and from where you join us.
I'm joining you from Morovia. Let me tell you, let's be serious in the country. The nation said that the only citizen, they are the only citizen in the country. If they try to attack our president, we will attack that job we are.
No, we don't want to go that route. Let's focus.
There's no attack here.
Yes. Go ahead, caller. Your name and from where you join us.
Thank you so much. Let me say good evening to the SMS Ambassador Joseph Iman Boakai and good evening to all your studio panelists. I am disappointed in one of your studio panelists, especially Sekou. Let me say this. The inconsistency of people who try to advocate on behalf of Liberia for so long, they should be appreciating and worshiping Joseph Braga for the decision he's making right now. We can live for 177 years. People have come in the country for the last 6 years. They say, we're interrelated or we are one family.
All right. So, sorry, Chief. I think we're going to let you go. We're going to talk about praise and worship. We can praise and worship people. Yeah.
Maybe you should have let him his thought. Nobody's stopping him from worshiping. He said people should pray to back at their God. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah. Hold on, caller. Yeah, go ahead, Sekou.
You should allow him to end his thought. The guy said people should be
Nobody's
stopping him from worshiping.
Sandy Johnson, calling from Lake Honor this evening.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for the topic in discussion this evening. I highly appreciate your this type of thing we need in our country, someone that will come, you can't have corruption because even the great America, as we talking right now, the great America, people there are corrupt. But for Liberia, it's rampant. So you only get a whole chance. The way he come, he making sure that he's trying to fight corruption. Let me go to where I heard people talking about Sylvester Grace.
No, I think we finished talking already a minute. We will not give you more than 1 minute, please. So you just go straight to the point. So let's call a good evening. Because the line is very jamming. So when you talk. Hello?
How are you?
Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
My name is Ebenezer. I called from Rounded Highway. And what I want to say quickly is that I have a better time. Corruption, we should be able to fight corruption. So for me, I 100% support this current government. Because for the fact that the past government President George, former President George Monrovia, he refused to audit to prosecute. So, and if the government come to power, JMB want to prosecute, people should not say waste on. That's not waste on. If you have the power and muscle to use it, use it. But if you may use your own power, somebody come there, they want to do things right, you cannot tell them where to start from. So anybody who tells JMB to start from, Ellie Johnson to start from, Samuel Doe, that's wrong. They are getting things wrong. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That's the best way to go. Just go straight to the issues and forget about personality or attacking other people. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, bro. How you doing?
I'm okay, Chief. Thank God. Your name and from where you join us?
My name is Chris Freeman.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We'll listen to you.
When we're running after Brian Samuka, when you not to say, I was trying to say yesterday.
So this is not about sedition or another United Party. The question, hello. We are all Liberians. We are not talking about seditions or another United Party. We are asking, should we expect more investigations and arrests in the coming days or weeks and months? You gotta listen, forget about people party business.
Okay, thank you. In Liberia, it's good to come from out of my country, right? Yesterday, former President we were having the opportunity to audit Ellie Joseph Boaka. He never did it. And I come to this fact today, President Boaka auditing those criminals and are still have money from the country. When it happens to the common man, you call it rule, you call them and get them to jail. Why is it we can't call them crazy one?
No, sorry. See, that's the thing. Maybe another time from yes. Hello. Prince who?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much for topic in discussion this evening. I want to congratulate the current president, which is Joseph Boaka, for the hard work. And I promise you, the replacement will be audited. JMB said corruption is a poison. So you're giving a chance. He will be audited, accountability, everybody, but you have to start from the past government, and then he's come down.
All right, thank you so much. And now you all say we as people and the Lord, the rule of law. So nobody pushing anybody. So let's call a good evening. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is some of the this is on this. We expect more investigations. So nobody will tell the president where to start from because when he sit here and nobody will start for his stewardship. So nobody should tell Joe where to start and where to end. This is his time. We are giving him sit here money and he made commitment to the citizens during the election process. And it is time for all the game chance to do the right thing in the interest of the country. So for the last 6 years, they did not only elite for the say we were one family, we were interrelated. So with this, let Joe Biden do what he can do better for the interest of the country. It's another wish it's in the benefit of the country. It should be able to wish which we are not expecting the kind of level stable in us. We should be expecting, they see how you guys have been on for so long.
Oh, still on the line. Keep a call coming 077-285-961. For those of you who be calling me on the other number, please, you can also call on the other side. Yeah, my brother Patrick Bala will also try calling me, but 077-285-961. The line been blinking back to back. And Steve, maybe Mr. Steve Sekou, if you're ready to take calls on the other side, you just let me know because I know Liberians, they will be calling back to back, and they don't want to even give chance for other maybe Liberians on the other side to call. Hello.
No, but continue to take call. We're good.
Yes.
But we're not hearing the person though.
Yeah, come in. So the line is really freezing. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Get you.
We should be nationalistic. We should be patriotic agents of national discussions. Also, relax on the video. If you confirm their points, thank you.
Thank you, and I've been doing that. This is not about United Party, neither CDC, neither or ANC or CPP. This is about Liberia and Liberians. Hello, go ahead. Go ahead, Chief. Your name and from where you join us. Yeah, go ahead.
The topic of discussion. I think you guys are doing well. But you see, what has to do with it or corruption issue, you know, the government is doing well. Actually, all the government is doing well. But we just wait for transparent. It is fair. Involved the corruption, what is for unity party, but CDC from then brought to book. Because this government and what they have on corruption going on. So
Thank you so much. Speak like a patriotic Liberian. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, your name and from where you join us.
We're not getting that.
We're not hearing that.
No, guys,
Well, Baya is very, very noisy. I don't know whether you installing and gathering or you people have your loudspeaker on. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
thank you. My name is N. Patrick Bella when I speak to you from Painesville.
Oh, okay, that's great.
You don't see this issue of impunity having got this country for too long. And I think everyone, meaning Liberians, should welcome what is ongoing because they're going to serve as a precedent for future government of future not taking public form for themselves. So every Liberian should be able to welcome this decision by this regime. It should not be seen as a witch hunt. But on the other hand, it's just unfortunate that people will always say witch hunt. A few weeks ago, when there was an investigation concerning the 3 missing boys, people were exonerated. So it was being celebrated. Now, when they say you were caught in a web of financial impropriety, they become witch hunt. I think everyone should be sincere to this country, man.
All right. All right.
Let me say something. Let me say something quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Segu.
All right. Thank you so much. The callers, we say thank you to all of you for calling in and giving your opinion on issues. But it looks like most of you kind of misconstrue the topic and the question. We asked about people and the agency that has been indicted. The Ministry of State is indicted by the GSA report, saying that, pointing to the corruptions being going on from January 2018 to March of 2024. That is the conversation. On the other hand, those of you who are talking about disappointing in Seku and other people, it's not about Seku. Tell us what you think. The people then who are indicted by this report, do you think they should be arrested, investigated like it was done with other people yesterday? That was the question. If you misconstrue the question, that's fine. We'll kind of reiterate. Maybe when you call the next time, you will know exactly what we're talking about here. I can also understand that there are people, majority of whom went under my post on my personal page, insulting me or the opinion that I expressed as it relates to what happened yesterday. Sometimes what I say on SKTV, I'm not able to express on SKTV the way I would do it on my personal page. Because SKTV is governed by some level of professionalism. We have a lot of people, elders and older folks that listen to us. We have kids listening to us on the radio as well. So sometimes I can limit and somehow be very, very selective as to what I say on here. If you, some of you, are interested in taking on Seku directly, just go on my personal page. Go insult me there. Go say anything you want to say. I
I
know how to
know
take
it.
I know how to take care of you there too. But you know
So
what I want to
so mm,
what I want to tell you, guys in Liberia there.
mm.
The first person who called and said that the other report didn't talk about Joseph Boakai, it wouldn't talk about Jowia, the past government. No. Just for your information, if you don't know, when they say time starting from 2018 to March 2024, Jowia was not president. Jowia was not president from January 2018 to January 2024. For January 2024 now all the way to March up to today, all the things are happening in the Honor Joseph Nima Boakai government. And the Minister of State currently, Sylvester Grisby, was now under George Weah. His name is his name is mentioned, his picture is there, indicating that he was one of those three ministers who were allegedly involved in those financial mismanagement and corruption. Joseph Boakai put that they long been, some of his supporters, especially the Stanton Weatherspoon group, the Prince Johnson group, they long been waiting how to get to Sylvester Grisby. Now that Sylvester Grisby's name is being mentioned in this thing, maybe they will take this now as an opportunity to get rid of him. We were asking you the same way. Joe, we are former government official there. Some of them were arrested yesterday, and we learned that the former finance minister Samuel Toure is at large. So we are asking you whether or not they too, the three people that were indicted today by this report, whether they too should be investigated or arrested for possible prosecution. But again, let's get to our panelists to react to what we heard from the callers. I'll go to Mabel. Say Mabel, the one who are taking the calls, and then anyway, let's go to Muna first. Muna, what do you
All
think
right.
about what you just heard?
Yes, yes.
If you are available.
Oh, for me, some of the callers, they spoke well. Yeah, yeah, some want to bring in this whole party thing, party thing, party thing. We're not talking about parties. We are talking about the country. And the question we ask, well, should we expect more investigation and arrest? Is yes, because once this is happening, and then we'll see some other new things going on. Because what the past government failed to do, that what the President Bouaka is doing. So that we just watch and see those happen. And one the people need in the other will mention, it'll be nowhere when your minister of state is going, then because when as you explaining, more arrests is coming up. Once they are investigating, that's how more things coming up. So once the state minister of state is going, definitely the president too. So we all should just see how the president will be going. So I think that my girl, that's why senator for respect say just politely walk into CRBS, give your own a part because we want transparency. We're talking about corruption. Yeah, we're not talking about somebody party. We're talking about the country. To see how best as need the corruption thing, at least it can be eradicated, but there should be many mass. Yes, so we all can enjoy and understand what going on. So the correspondents spoke well, and some of them on piety. No, but we want it to be done. That's a
Thank you so much, Muna. Thank you. So Mabel, yeah, quickly, let's get a reaction.
Yeah, so quickly, indeed, for me, I think our people, they are not doing well. Look, let's be frank. Even this morning, most of the radio stations, if you tune in, it's all about, oh, let us do thank you. Oh, the United Party doing well. Oh, no. If you do, no. Second, I think we are still far from getting there. The way our people are proceeding is like, it's just about, just listen to one caller talking about worshiping. So it's just all about praising somebody. You don't care about the system getting better. All you care about is, oh, let us do that, thank you. Oh, let us one, thank you. Oh, no. So I don't want to say that to all of us as people. Look, let's fight hard for the system to get better and remove the party sentiments. Remove these emotions about this person is sedition, this person is United Party, this person is no. But sometimes the way the media can proceed, so because of the kind of things are happening, because some of our media coalition on the job allow the people to just go through like that. But for me, if you call on the radio, if I'm here, controlling the phone line, you bring your party business here, campaign is over, and no political party issue yet. We're discussing the forward march of Liberia. So we're all talking about how Liberia will get better. So, Seku, for me, this is not the first time, then the second, then the third. This in fact, for the next 6 years now, 6 years gone, that was the same was system that we saw here, job worshiping or political party, or maybe party leaders or so on. We start with this. I think Liberia should be thinking about how the procedure going to be like, how our judicial system is going to work, because they've been crying for funding. This thing should be raising concern. How everything going to end there? Because they're not the first time, then the second, there's the third time now in row. Every person that come in, they have their own arrest that will be made. At the end of the day, everything will just go scot-free. Other person that come in, the same thing. Where are we as people? You said they're doing party politics. Anyway, that's it. That'll be for us.
All right, thank you so much, Mabon. Lawrence, what say you?
Mr. Carter, listen to the callers. This country, there are some people who can address the issue, and some of them, they are not able to address the issue, so they go personal. Now that they're discussing party issue, President Boakai is the president for the Republic of Liberia for all of us. No more CDC, no more United Party. Everybody fall under one umbrella, one law. You go to hospital now, you'll not be asking whether it's sedition or United Party man. They will treat you the way they can treat patients when you go to hospital. There are people who discuss the issue. There are people who go personal. So, Labra for us, who look, even in the morning when you're having talk show, even the local scene, representatives, the guy from there will be there. He say, you must be there, the man 35, you must be dancing to the man too. They look, I'm talking about the capital city, we're in the various places we are. So we know that our country, Mr. Kanye, we are. Yeah.
So before I go to mom, maybe because the guy always say we should be praising, we should be preaching, we should be worshiping George.
She was the thing very irritated me. Let me be free. Yeah. What kind of life is this?
Maybe, if somebody call and say we should worship Joseph, my man, we heard the same thing from CDC people there. Someone called Joseph, we are seen, we are. we heard all the thing there. So don't think they shouldn't move you. If nobody stopping you to go worship the man. And the man like Joseph Baga, God, somebody can worship goat, somebody can worship steak, somebody can worship river, somebody can worship anything. So in the man said that God, the person want them to, a man are born again. Joseph Baga worshiper. So that's okay. So you can't stop the man from worshiping who you want to worship. But he's not going to force us. He said we should be worshiping Joseph Baga. Okay. We mention Joseph Baga every day, our president, the Liberal president. So that in itself, it means a lot. So let's go to Mong. Let Mong give his analysis based on the colors. Yeah, Mong, so what say you?
My brother, we got a long way to go. Liberia is a separate country for the entire planet. Things that can happen in Liberia cannot happen in no other country with the exception of Liberia. People emotions are too stronger than their logic. And I keep saying it, for as long as we practice democracy with the present group of voters, Liberia will never go anywhere anytime soon. Because, Seku, the people, they are enablers. They are not victims. Their party interest is bigger than the country forward movement agenda. You see, when Georgia became president, Georgia was one of the luckiest presidents, I would say. When Madam Salif came to power, we were in debt of almost 4.2, I think 4.2 to 4.6 billion. And the World Bank and other institutions came up with the idea of something called the HIPIC. I think you remember that, the HIPIC initiative, that we should create some anti-graft institution, that we should improve the governance system for them to be able to waive some of the debt that Liberia owes to the World Bank and the IMF. So Madam Salih came up with this LACC, GAC, or public procurement law. They went back, and it's like a process. You must meet this before we can give you that. So they kind of work. Madam Sally took almost the first 6 years of a presidency just to pass that HIPAA initiative for them to waive some of Liberia's debt. That Liberia today can be able to go to the IMF and even borrow money again. We never had that option. Madam Sally made that possible. You look at a guy coming after Madam Sally that was giving all the anti-graft and anti-corruption institutions to use to his advantage, and he decided not to go this route. So Joseph Boakai is saying, okay, bro, that was your choice. Look, the only difference between Unity Party and CDC, Unity Party got more structural and more experienced criminals as opposed to CDC. That's the difference. So for the fact that you refuse to go after them, you can make the moral argument. I'm not saying Joseph Boakai is a saint, but from a political perspective, Joseph Boakai is right. He using the laws. He going by the proper procedure. You are going to court. They're doing their audit. The audit said go to court, go and vindicate yourself. He going through the legal process. At the end of the day, I will keep saying it for the 1,000th time. Joseph Boakai cannot win the moral argument, but unfortunately, we don't run a theocracy. We run a democracy. He's going by the law. He's going by the procedure. And at the end of the day, I think Joseph Boakai will embrace this fight because he will end up being the winner. You can choose to talk about the scope of the investigation.
So Mo, I want you to incorporate this in your analysis. Yeah. So Joseph Boakai is the winner when it comes to political.
Yeah, the politics,
the political showmanship and the optics.
Mm-hmm.
But then, having Joseph Boakai government included in this particular report, do you think this was done by a coincidence, or this was an oversight that they ended up indicting themselves, or this was done willfully, purposely to get rid of Grisby?
It could be. There are so many theories you could derive from that, and they are very calculated.
And do you think if Grisby could be get rid of, do you think that if Grisby is investigated, you think Joseph Boakai will be exempted from that?
No, because Grisby is also in his office.
So why would Joseph Boakai intend to indict himself?
That's why people are saying maybe they have a ulterior motive, because if you believe that Joseph Boakai will not want to indict himself, then he will not involve Grisby into an investigation, looking at the scope of the investigation itself. So anything Magio can do, Grisby can do better. So if Joseph Boakai is only doing the thing just for showmanship, then you can make the argument. But equally so, if he said he want to follow the procedure and the law, then it means he's trying to hook himself. Because I don't know how you can separate yourself from Grisby. If you cannot separate George Weah from Magio, then you cannot separate Grisby from Joseph Boakai. They are one of the same. So, but one thing I know, Sekou, the reason they come out with all the reports and all the audit, they know some of the audits been there before. They just been sitting on the docket. You and myself know that, right?
Yeah, we talked about that before.
With this much audit, do you think Joseph Boakai will even be able to, execute, even if they were to go in court and be found guilty? All the audit report, all the people that have been indicted, do you think they'll be able to prosecute them within the first 6 years? So they could pick and choose after who to go after. That's why I told you of all the report, the first three they highlighted, the Central Bank, the NSA, and the EPS, they will be selective how to go about doing that because it requires time. So to the public, it looked like he's doing the right thing, but I know it's political. He's not going to win a moral argument to it. But people will say, you know what? We talk about corruption. We want corruption to be minimized or mitigated, and Joseph Boakai is walking in the right direction. So from an optical standpoint, it's a winning battle for him. But from a moral standpoint and moving the country forward, it's now a winning battle for him because Mo Ali just did exactly the same thing. We're talking about reducing poverty, strengthening the government procedure, improving the payroll management system. That's why the Minister of State is guilty of. They use almost 50% of the proceeds that goes to payroll to put God's name, create fake national NID numbers to get paid. So look, my brother, if we cannot break free out of CDC and Unity Party, we'll just be on the same cycle for eternity. That's just why it is. Nothing is going to change. Because I bet you, if CDC wins election 2029, where do you think they're going to start an investigation from? You think they're going to go back to 2017? How do you call it? Yeah, 2017 or 2018? No. 2024. So we'll be back to the same place. Even 6 years from now. It's so sad for the country.
Yeah, so Mo, before we
what's our update?
Yeah, so stay the same.
Wow.
Stay the same. I'm saying
you didn't make it on Friday again today, you don't make it again, my bro.
Yeah. I don't know, but it is what it is. Let's open a line here in the diaspora. So if anybody want to call in and give your opinion on the topic on the discussion. Before anybody can call and anybody can interrupt me and I will take that call. But before we do, let me say this. Joseph Boakai decision to start dumping all these reports outside on social media, on the website, on radio, and everywhere. Does that mean that we're not going to have economic code no more? Because we said.
Oh yeah, there will be no time to implement a war economic code.
Another thing that you just pressing. You see that? Another point.
So it means that we already got economic, criminals, and they're being arrested and they will be prosecuted. So does that mean the economic crown courts and so if you're gonna say, you know what, but they're already investigating the people, So now the economic crown court now, I don't know whether how will make it. Pastor Cummings, how you doing?
What will make it?
See, somebody is saying something on one for fun. I don't want to see that comment.
Say what?
You say he's in the UK. Yeah, so hold on one second. If you're in the UK, there are two ways you can contribute because there's no Zelle and Cash App there. Western Union, MoneyGram, or if you want to send it to Liberia, we can provide you the information there because that one, you're calling mobile money. So that's the two way. Either here to us through Zelle or Cash App, or you send it to Liberia. We got our guys in Liberia. Mayborn is there, Saros is there. So whenever you want to send us and just let us know, we'll give you the information. Yeah, so I got callers here. I want to make sure we got some people, got other opinions here from the diaspora. Pastor Gerald Cummings, go ahead, sir.
Let me say welcome to you and even to Liberia.
My man, I don't expect your phone to be breaking in America, yo. Yeah, your phone breaking. I don't know the Bluetooth you're using. You sounding like somebody calling from Zredo.
Yeah, line is bad. I don't
want to pick up. My man, you sounding like you calling from somewhere in Buto. Let me call my own place now. Oh, yeah? Yeah, hang on and call back. It's terribly bad. So let's get to the other caller here while we wait for the pastor to come back on. 401 number, last 4 digits, 7669. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, SKTV. How you guys doing?
We're doing wonderful. How are you?
Hi, this is Dee calling from the state of Rhode Island. First of all, I want to thank you guys so much for the show, as always. I know there's so much going on right now in Liberia. I watched you guys yesterday after the show because I missed it live. And I love the analysis that Monkey on yesterday's show. And today I love what they both said. But Fickle, you see what is going on. I'm happy, like I said it last time. I'm not against the Sabaka going after Joria. I'm only against if it's not done on the right motive. And if you ask me to be honest with you, my view still remains the same. It's more political than really country of interest, but people have to be held accountable. When people miss it with because they don't like Joria or they don't like Jefferson Koji or any other past government regime personally, so they just want to see them in person, that's wrong. That's where some are all coming from. But it's doing for the interest of the country, not for to certify your party people. And if that will cause chaos, it will tie your hands to perceive power. So I hope and pray Joseph Boakai then will use the right law and do this without any political hit agenda for that justice deserves. And also, Sekou, lastly, do you guys notice something? Anytime there's something about the Unity Party in the public glare, they will throw something in for the CDC. I don't have the time, but I could make so many things. Every time there's something in the space of Unity Party, they come with distraction to deviate the public from coming at them. And we need to not give that chance to them. We will talk about the issue and go right back to you guys moving over the country because there are a lot of things going on, Sekou. We get information from the citizens. There are a lot of things going on in the media not covering. And also, yesterday I heard something on the public web minister. I think there's a lot of money things he's being accused of. That would be played today on his phone. I'm waiting to ask. And I agree. You see all the Unity Party people calling here happy. You're happy that the real people are being ridiculed. That's a good thing. When we start to hold Joseph Walker's government accountable for not doing the right thing, don't call here to complain. Don't call here to complain. Just as Joseph Walker wants justice, we also will hold his feet to the fire that he will follow the right rules, including the yellow machine. So when we go back to talking that, don't come and say we're attacking the government. Justice for everybody, not just for one person. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate that. So let's take this caller, and then there's somebody who was Mabel. So the money, the mobile money you have for SendWave, is that's different from your regular phone number, right? All right, let me take this caller. Call us. I think that's the pastor here. Hello.
Hello, Sekou.
Yes.
Is it better now?
Much better. You're calling like you're calling from Washington DC right now. You're not like you're not like a Cowboy can anymore.
You know, I love the question you asked earlier on. Will we see more arrests? The answer is yes. Provided if the players are willing to play to the system that will change the prevailing trajectory. And you know, the reason why, to me, I'm sitting here dancing a little bit is because since the case involving the late chairman Judith Bryant, Tugado, Tablado, Edwin Snow, Lucille Camara, you just name it. Since that ECOWAS report and that case that landed Judith Bryant behind iron bar, I've not seen any case in Liberia that made headway as compared to that case. The reason why most people don't know, at that time, modern journalism was not active like what we have today with social media. So for some of us, we wait to see what will be the outcome of this case. I know you talk about Wisa Blamo, Grisby, and that of Nathaniel Magay. Sekou, I'm closely following this case. I'm going to watch, I'm going to listen, and I want to listen carefully. I'll watch you guys and I'll listen. And some of us will resurrect some stories, some old stories, because this is not the first time, and some of us really want justice. You know, there was a story I broke on Snow and others, and that investigation was done by the late Harry Green. I think it was on this SKTV. I told you there were 3 persons that saw the document at the time. The 4th person was Edwin Snow. The 3 persons who saw the document first was me, Yombi Kanga, and the late Harry Green. The document landed in Snow's hand because Harry Green asked me to give it to him. What became of that investigation is a mystery today that nobody will ever understand. So if President Bouaka and his team would decide today to give the Liberian people justice, we give these guys the opportunity to go to court to exonerate themselves, that would be so fun. I think it set the standard.
So my question now. So Pastor, my question to you: do you expect the 3 names, Nathaniel McGill, Bishop Blamo, and Sylvester Grisby, to be investigated?
I want to believe so. I want to believe so, because anything that tied to the Ministry of State that is in this report, that is attached to the Ministry of State, the 3 people need to be questioned or come forth to explain.
So
I want to look at something in the issue of the Grisby case. I think you made mention of March. Is it March 2024?
Yeah, March 34. I mean, I'm sorry, March 31st, 2024.
Okay, I will look at the report and probably see where they're going to drag into the picture.
But with Maggie and Wissa Blamo, simply you know that one would not. There will be no way for it to pass through the window.
Yeah, but you think that could possibly implicate President Weah, also possibly Joseph Boakai? Should there be any foul play?
Yeah, let me give you one typical scenario let me give you a typical snenario. When Chairman Brian was implicated in the ECOWAS audit report, Madam Salif, and former Justice Kabina Janet. This was a litmus test of the justice system at that time. But who became the victim? It was Brian, and Brian was not the only person implicated in that report. But Madam Salif and Justice Janet played a game. They play a game, and that game was only built around Brian. But go back to that audit report, see the big names that are involved. But Chairman Brown was the only sacrificial lamb. So I don't think all the ministers or directors should be the only sacrificial lamb. It should go as far as President Weah's office. And if Grisby will be involved, then President Boakai office will also be linked, because there will be nothing that Grisby would do. You can say that President Boakai was in a state of utopia.
So should we expect this report to be public?
We want it to be public.
Okay.
We want it. You and myself know we.
We do, but do you think it will be public?
Let's wait and see, Sekou. And that's what we got. If the Freedom of Information Act, if they can make it public, we demand for it.
Sure. All right, my brother. Thank you so much, as always.
Okay.
Abraham from Norway. Hello. I'm doing wonderful. How are you? My only problem now, you're refusing to help us pay the bill. You know, 2 people donated $20. So my only problem. Other than that, I'm doing great. We're coming start putting sanctions according to more must I got to meet and take some drastic action.
Yeah, got to take some steps.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. That's good. No, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Make your point.
I immediately concluded, even though I'm not his friend, I immediately concluded that I think I predicted that I think Madam Salif's government is the last government that left power with impunity. I knew this thing was going to happen. So, for me, I want everybody who involved to go to court. When we're talking these things here, our friends Sedition were insulting us. Every time we're talking something, we talk about corruption, they say, United Party did it too. There's a saying that never you want a man let you go free. They had an opportunity to investigate them. Look at President, we have 5 commission, people that he commissioned or an investigative committee that he put in place was from NOCA. He asked the people to investigate, recommend, and advise him. The people did their work and they used the taxpayers' money. They gave him a report. I think he's talking in his trash pen. This is what can happen. And if this thing goes well, it will put fear in people. The Boakai administration, he said you'll be honoring the people here. I said, y'all see the thing we do to the people. When other people come after us, they will do the same thing to us. So let us give the people the chance. Let's give the law the chance to prevail. All of us cry for the corruption here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, so You know, let me say this to all of us. Nobody is saying that Joseph Boakai should not investigate or should not fight corruption. You know, Mo said something yesterday, is what is actually playing out right now. People are now looking at Joseph Boakai behavior. They're not looking at Joseph Boakai government being corrupt right at the door. They're just looking at what Joseph Boakai is doing today. And that is the purpose for which they are doing it. Because they want you to be distracted. They want you to focus on the past government and not pay attention to what they are doing today. That's why I could not be happier to have seen Sylvester Grisby, whether this was done consciously or subconsciously, but I couldn't have waited to see Sylvester Grisby and Joseph Boakai government being indicted in this report, that they too were part of that corruption. How well they will be investigated, I don't know. Is the process going to be transparent? I don't know. Do I expect anything tangible will come out of it? I don't know. Time will tell. But again, this is very, very good. Joseph Boakai government now indicting the Ministry of State, at least auditing them for the first 3 months of their government. Let Joseph Boakai government audit the Ministry of Public Works for the first 3 months and show all the report. Let them audit the Central Bank for the first 3 months of Joseph Boakai government, just as they did with the Ministry of State. Let them audit the Ministry of Defense. Let them audit the Ministry of Labor. Let them audit the disaster management. Let them audit NOCA for the first 3 months in power. Let them audit the Ministry of Internal Affairs for the first 3 months. Let them audit the Freeport National Port Authority just for the first 3 months, as well as FPRC and other lucrative agencies of government and ministry, the finance ministry. Let them audit them just for 3 months.
So Teresa, I concur with you, but someone suggesting to you that we should wait for six years. How will you wait when you want better system? Continue, Chief.
Don't be distracted by those two. People always do that. That's okay. But let me tell you something. When I'm talking something serious and I want to get certain message across, I don't read the comment because they can distract you. I like to focus on what I'm saying first. When I'm done, when somebody is talking, then I can take my time to read. So because I know our people, they always like to take you off track. They always like to distract you. But what I'm saying here, if Joseph Boakai people don't want me to call it a witch hunt or a showmanship or an act of distraction, if they don't want me to call it like that, audit yourself. If you do nothing wrong, audit yourself. Then that will make you look credible. Someone will respect you. Will be campaigning for you to do the right thing for the Liberian people. We'll be singing, we'll be praise singing you. Because the end begins to say we should come. Why a message say you say we should go and worship the man? Any message we should worship you? Now all of men with mud bring. You can't tell people say you should be worshiping Joseph Boakai. You go tell your people that you go worship. Yeah, we don't worship human beings. We don't worship
The standard is so low in like, brother, you just to do the best. People believe that you should be worship for that because that's just how it is in like, bro.
Somebody can talk to you without knowing the meaning of what they're saying, though. Because no time money he might be working there, friend, he will worship somebody else. Because they can worship people. Because they can worship people for $20. They can worship people for 10 cup of rice. They can worship people for giving them their leftover. When they eat, they give them the crop. So they can worship people for that. They want you to worship people too, because they say they are auditing people. So what is important in that really warrant we worshiping them? So, you know, let me say this once again. If Joseph Boakai government is going to be serious, and they want us to take them serious, let Sylvester Grisby and the 3 people named here be arrested. Also, let it begin to audit other branches, and I want the investigation to be transparent, so LeBron people can see exactly what's going on. Even if there will be any prosecution, let it be on televised, so we can see it, like people be doing in other countries, where media people will have access. You can maybe you may not carry a camera if you don't want to. Some people carry a camera depending on the gravity of the case or the sensitivity of the case. But if you don't want camera to go there, reporter will be there, reporters will be there. They will document everything, and when they come out, they can give, report in real time. Yeah. So, Mon, before we go, I'm very disappointed that our people will not support us today when they supposedly needed the most. But again, we cannot force you to do what you cannot afford, and we should always expect the unexpected and continue to work within our means. I'm a bit taken aback. Our people, this is not them. We normally, we normally support when we need it.
Friday will increase the tempo. They will pass that limit to make up for today.
But the way you're looking right now, it really did not make it.
Yeah.
But Mom, what say you before we go?
I will keep saying what I always say. For me, that's why I take a long time before I can make decision whether that politics or anything. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be emotional and change your position on anything. The audit report from the GSC, we already know that there were 7 people in the crosshairs of Joseph Boakai, from the central bank to Sylvester Grisby as well. Even though Sylvester Grisby might be in the administration, but we all had some hint that if anybody was going to be thrown on the bus in terms of on the chopping block, he was going to be one of those. But I keep telling folks there is one thing that the Boakai government took into consideration. You cannot have it both ways. For a guy like me who say I want a better Liberia, I want transparency, I want accountability, I cannot be making those claims at the same time questioning Joseph Boakai for doing exactly that. So I will keep saying it. From the moral standpoint, this is not a winning fight for Joseph Boakai, because I believe they are equally as corrupt, if not more corrupt, in the CDC-led government. But unfortunately, they are the one in power. They will pick and choose. They will prioritize. And CDC cannot say it's a witch hunt, even though it looked like a witch hunt, because you are going through the court process. An audit was conducted by the GSC. That's supposed to be an independent body. That's what they were created for, to audit ministry, to give accountability. An audit was completed. You have been sent to court. You will be given bond to go and defend yourself and vindicate yourself in the court of law. So I can look at it from a political standpoint and say, you know what? For the fact that Joseph Boakai came and did the exact same thing, I don't believe he did it with good conscience. But from a political standpoint, it will look expedient, it will look right, and a lot of people are going to buy into the fact that he's trying to bring some level of semblance of stability or accountability when it comes to state resources. So CDC, you will have yourself to blame. The last time I checked, it was George that came back and said, leave 80% because he graded. He did it on video. He was the one, even though anti-government, or institution were put in place.
Maybe Joey didn't understand what he was saying. Joey didn't know what he was saying.
He didn't want to use them, It reminds me about the situation between Jeremiah Kun and Yomli Kanga. When Jeremiah Kun told her to leave the seat. People say, oh, you are setting a new precedent. You know, Bwaga never did it. In fact, Madam Joel Howard Taylor never did it. Jeremiah Kun said it was their choice. Once I'm under this roof, I have the constitutional authority. That's what the law says, that I am the president of the Senate. And when I come here, she will be second in command. She got to step from that seat, whether she's a female or not. I'm going by the Constitution. It is exactly Joseph.
The law is the law.
Politically, yeah. So I know what's going on. I can say it. I will say it 1,000 times. The Bwaga administration, they are not perfect. They are equally as corrupt as Georgia. But guess what? They are the one in the authority. They are the one that will pick and choose. They are the one that they will target who they want to target, and they can set the scope of the investigation.
Yeah, that is so correct. But the thing about it, as they do that, we too, as citizens, it is within our right.
Oh yes, to call them out.
To call them out when they are corrupt. And if they're not coming with a clean hand, to call them out. And to tell them, say, we want us to take you seriously. If you are serious-minded, if you want us to really focus on what you're doing, do not undermine your own investigation. You can't be investigating people for corruption then when you are engaging in corruption on a daily basis. It doesn't make sense. It undermines everything you stand for, and undermines whatever you are trying to carry on. Because the reason why you are having the investigation is to make sure those who are corrupt, they are brought to book, so that will serve as a deterrent to the will-be corrupt-minded people. But if you can be doing the same thing and then you investigate other people, the only thing I'm happy about today is the fact that they have inducted themselves into this new report. Sylvester Grisby and the Unity Party, when they came in, the first thing they should have done in the first month, even before taking over, because they got elected way in 2023, November, the whole December, they were making, transitional process and other state processes. Whatever happened, they had all the documentation. They know exactly what's going on. So when they took over right away, the first 2-3 days, in their position, don't forget, Sylvester Grisby serving that position before under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. If I'm not mistaken, he was the last person to serve in that position before Joe Weir took over. So any stealing or any corruption, ghost names, creating different bank accounts to send the money there from the ministry. Now it looks like we're going to find out very soon that Ministry of State is one of those agencies or ministry that they'll be using, just as they have been allegedly using the NSA and other agencies that people don't focus on too much, to put money there in the budget and go in the bank to take it. So Sylvester Grisby, we said Blamo and McGill should be arrested and investigated for possible prosecution. That's what I will say. I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. Mom, that was your closing comment, right? Let's go to Muna. Muna going to close. Muna, are you there to give your closing comment before we leave? Muna, are you there?
Yeah, that was my closing comment. The walls are closing in, and I know they're going after the kingpin himself over time. Because after Maggie, I know who's next. It can only be George Weir.
Yeah, I know, right? Muna, you there or no? Are you good?
I'm here to get my party comment right.
Yeah, you want to. You don't want to, that's fine. If you want to, yes, go
ahead.
If you want to, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to get my party comment. You have to switch. Yeah. So all I can say to us Liberians is about time we discuss about the country and forget about the party thing. The party thing campaign is over. It's about time we think how best to face the country and to see our country graduate from this stage to the next stage. That anyone found in corruption should be book investigated and executed. But we'll not forget, because when you start something, you should end it. So I hope this government, they will be investigated to, whether be audited too, because the other machine something, we won't forget about it yet. On the gentleman agreement, want to know how far. But the gentleman agreement, the machines. So let me say thanks to all of you. Yeah, join us tomorrow, same time, same station. Thanks to all our followers. Yeah.
Thank you,
Hey,
Mona.
my future.
Thank you, Mona. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not even sure what I will come on tomorrow, but we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, thank you.